What do you say, everybody? And welcome to the next round. Last call. That's Jake Coker. I'm Mick Gillespie. We're brought to you by Pearl River Resort. Day like today, you're ready to go out and hit the links. Two amazing golf courses. Dancing Rabbit has both the Azaleas and the Oaks, two 18-hole courses that are like Augusta in Mississippi, an hour and a half from Tuscaloosa, 2 and change from Birmingham. And then you got the casinos, Silver Star, Golden Moon. You got everything you need there. Timeout Sports Lounge. You got Philip M. Steakhouse. But the golf courses are amazing. Dancing Rabbit is worth the trip. So check them out as we talk some Bama football and other stuff today. Let's get this show started. Good to see you guys on the weekend. Look at this guy out killing turkey, I guess. All right, there he is, Jake Coker. Deep ball Coker right there.
Yep, came back empty-handed this morning.
Did you?
You know how you get turkeys to gobble when the sun's coming up?
How?
How you think you do it?
I guess you would do the owl call.
Oh, there we go. I didn't know you knew that. I thought this was going to be
I know a little bit more than you think I know.
I thought this was going to be a humorous question or humorous answer. I'm blown away. There you go. There you go, pal.
Did you know that if you take my grandfather was a farmer. If you take a like a stuffed turkey or a stuffed any kind of bird of prey, and you put the sound behind it, the crows will come in to attack it. So he always wanted me to find an owl. He wanted a stuffed owl, and you're not allowed to kill them. But if somebody runs one over, he had a friend when he was alive that would taxidermy it, right? So I'm on the road all the time, and he's like, look, if you see an owl, he's like, he wanted me to have a cooler in my car at all times. And if I saw an owl that had gotten run over, put it in the cooler and bring it to him so that he could get a taxidermy so he could kill those crows, because he had one and he used it so much that it just fell apart. And he hated the crows. The crows hated him. It was like a lifelong battle between him and the crows. But you would but basically those birds attack each other. Just crazy.
Well, I saw the crows were getting after a hawk this morning. I saw it. Yeah.
And then he would shoot them.
Now, I haven't heard crows coming after a turkey, but I've seen many times them going after owls and hawks. Let's hear the owl call. You got the owl call on?
I don't have one, but I don't. But I mean, I
thought
that was
something else. Is that what you're getting at?
No, you're the one that probably has. You probably practiced the owl call, like the hoo,
Yeah. That's right. Well, what we got on the docket today?
Well, no, I mean you're not gonna give us your owl call.
Oh.
There you go.
There you go.
That was
that ain't bad.
You broke that out like when we had Taylor Hicks on the tailgate show, and he just broke out his harmonica. We're going back to Nashville this year. Bama plays again at Vandy.
Oh, there we go.
We're going to do the show there again. That was I think my favorite tailgate show.
The heck, why not? Why not? We'll have to get Preston back on. Hey, we'll have to do the tailgate show where he can tell the Eugene story before we go on the FM airwaves.
Yeah. That'd be great. I think if we do it again from Live Oak, we do this show and that show. So we can kind of like really cut up on this show and then do the radio show.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That was so fun. Like I love that stage setup, and you guys showed up. Like that was a great crowd for that show.
Oh yeah. No, that's right. That's right. And you kind of just let loose on a tailgate show right before.
Yeah.
Kind of get you fired up, ready to go.
Yeah. So
Hey, by the way, I was sitting there thinking about, we did the show with Ha
yeah.
Ha. I don't know if you saw that. The Ha Ha is so damn funny to me. Did you see that? Did you see that post he made? He had Marvin Constance talking shit about him, and then I mean, Ha Ha clipped this thing together where Marvin's talking shit about him, and then Ha Ha it just flips over to Ha Ha, and he's looking at his first round jersey in the hallway. And basically, you got to pull it up if you could.
Yeah, I like it, man. He brings a lot of intensity.
If there's somebody who doesn't give a damn, it's Ha Ha Clinton.
Yeah.
I mean, he is great.
He sat down with us, and the first thing he said to you is he would have loved to have played with you. I think that's pretty big respect coming from somebody like him,
Yeah, I don't like doing the whole QB comparison unless I'm out of the picture. But I also am not going to do it for other guys because it's just a weird subject to touch on. I mean, but yeah, he started touching on things where I was just like, all right, I'm going to keep my mouth shut here.
Yeah. Yep.
But you gotta love that. He does not. I mean, he's like Ryan Anderson, just a skinnier version.
Oh yeah, I love Ryan. You and I are going to the mullet toss next week. Remind everybody that's actually brought to you by Pearl River Resort.
Yeah.
Our appearance there. Are you coming Friday or are you just coming Saturday? I'll be there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
I'm coming Saturday, I think, because I got to be in New Orleans Thursday, so I'll be coming back. Probably make it Saturday morning.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Chalk up another W against old Gillespie.
Oh, God.
Giuseppe.
Last year was a disaster for me.
Yeah, I wouldn't sit front row while Mick's launching mullets.
They got Kenny Chesney playing there today. But you only way you could got a ticket was his Sirius XM station gave away like 300 and some tickets.
Yeah. You got Morgan Wallen and Bryant Denny and Kenny Chesney at the Floribama.
Yeah. Well, I was going to get to that, but not Morgan Wallen, Courtney Morgan. Basically, according to reports, talked about an arms race right now in NIL. I've actually said the same thing, right? And he didn't say Alabama was broke, but suggested that it takes $40 million to put a competitive roster together. And I think Bama's somewhere in the $20 million range. This is what I know a lot of people got mad at me for talking about, like when I saw, when Christy Curry was our basketball coach, nobody even knew she was there and she's losing $5 million a year. I'm like, that needs to go towards football. We got to figure out a way to either they got to make a system where it's balanced, or we got to get the bar up because talent matters, man. I mean, like Nick Saban isn't Nick Saban if he doesn't get the talent. I mean, he's not winning all those games and all those championships if he's rolling with a mid-tier roster. Not saying we're mid-tier, but we're not where we were.
Yeah. I mean, look, again, Mick Cronin, I heard during March Madness, I heard him on the CBS show, and they were interviewing him, asking about NIL and all that. And, I mean, he does not want to see. He was talking about not wanting to see the Olympic sports eliminated. But I don't know how you have a world where football is this competitive and you have those sports being a placeholder, taking, basically being at a revenue deficit, and taking away from the money makers that allow those sports to happen in the first place.
Yeah.
I mean, again, even without NIL, before this NIL period started, as we all know, I mean, you look at the financials, or at least the snapshot from last year. I mean, those sports aren't around without football and basketball, and mainly football. So, and I think football, basketball, again, it's like you said, as long as you're winning, I mean, you're not on the chopping block for the most part.
Yeah.
But winning's a revenue driver. I mean, it just is what it is. I can't imagine what basketball was losing in the Anthony Grant days. We're at 9 million now. I mean, look, I'm serious. I mean, I think I told you the last basketball game I went to as a student was, I think we got beat by Southern Miss, and there was me and Ryan Kelly walked in there and just picked our spot, picked our seat. I mean, there was nobody there. You gotta generate some attention, and you gotta be creative. And I mean, look, Alabama, as long as you win, people are going to be at the games and support you. But these other sports, you got to win, but B, I don't know if you're going to generate enough attention to bring in the revenues anyway. And it's just it's a problem that's got to be addressed, and you got to get creative pretty soon, or it's going to disappear.
Well, when your entire state is dependent on, you winning football games, then you need to be like Louisiana and figure out how to get that money there. Because it's gonna count. I'm just telling you guys that right now. Everybody hates when I say this, but it's not that I want it to be this way. It's just the way that it is. So when the guy the roster, Courtney Morgan's the guy. He's like the GM. He's the guy that goes out and constructs the roster. He knows who we're not getting because of money.
Yeah.
And I know like he might not be the most popular guy in the state. Some people like him, some people don't. I met him. Seems like a nice guy to me. But I know what he's saying is exactly right. That's why I'm telling you guys this. And I'm not saying, hey, go open up your wallet and give these guys money. I think that it's up to Greg Byrne to figure out how to get that money, because Mal Moore would have figured it out. And that's kind of an unfair comparison, just because, Coach Moore was so embedded in Alabama football and Alabama community. He knew everybody, right? He could go in and ask any of the people that had money to help. Greg's going to have to do that too. I know he's trying, but some of that could be, hey, you know what? We need to have, instead of, we need to cut on these other things to put towards football. Because when you win in football, you'll be able to eventually go back and have that extra money. If we go to, we made the playoff this year. We weren't a contender to win the national championship. We got our ass destroyed against the two best teams we played, Georgia and Indiana. Now, we beat Georgia early in the season, but we didn't know the second time around when it really counted. We got destroyed. To get to that next spot, right, to be able to compete, to really win a national championship, just not to be in the party, it's going to take this next thing, right?
Yeah.
And are we willing to do the things that it takes to be that next thing? And I think that we want to be there. But I'm glad that Courtney Morgan kind of said that, because I think it needs to be out there. I think people need to understand. Do you think we're closer to going to the national championship and winning, or falling out of the race? Let me ask you that right now.
Well, you and I have covered this before. It's and that was prior to Courtney Morgan saying anything. It's a double-edged sword here, and I think I believe in Keelon DeBoer. I think he's got huge upside in Alabama. But also he's got to make the guys that are cutting those checks believe too. And I think it's always hard to ask for that kind of money for, again, players who can up and leave at any time they want. I mean, you got I believe I saw Tim Smith. He leaves after having a year at Alabama that was I would say a banner year, but he was definitely one of the anchors on that D line. And he leaves, and he's kind of trashing the weight room to a certain degree. I mean, it wasn't as bad as Earl Little, but he leaves, and then when he leaves, he's kind of dogging the program. And if I'm cutting checks and some of the funds that I provide are going to Tim Smith, I mean, how much do you want to how much do you want to keep funding these guys who are going to leave and talk shit like that? You know,
Right.
I mean, that would drive me crazy. And you got to create an environment where guys want to come play and you know, again, I don't think he's got the funds right now to compete with the Oklahoma, or not, I say the Oklahoma, the Texases, the Ohio States, the Tennessees. And it kind of just, I mean, it just is what it is. And you know, I know Greg Byrne's trying the Yay Alabama stuff. I know they're trying to secure funds through that, sell merchandise, do what they can. But Alabama's in a, I mean, it's, you know, it's like NATO. You know, when shit hits the fan, you better start being, you know, you better be able to rely on yourself and build the infrastructure within to survive. And I mean, football is one of the biggest economic drivers in Alabama. Whether it be Alabama and I would say Auburn's right there. I mean, they're not with Alabama, but I mean, that's two huge economic drivers in this state.
Yeah.
And you know, the pressure is going to come from not only fans wanting to win, but you know, there's a lot of business owners all over Alabama that you know really benefit from a successful season. So this isn't a matter of, hey, we'd really like to win because we want a good football team. I mean, there's a lot more factors in place that play into this whole situation because you know, you're talking about a lot of people's livelihoods.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, it's not just money. I mean, I think we all know that, right? Like, you got to be good at evaluating talent. Courtney Morgan also thought that there should be some kind of a freshman cap. I love that idea. You know, like, where freshmen kind of can only make a certain amount of money.
Man, that needs to be on the books. That needs to be talked about. You know, to pay a high school kid over $1 million is, I mean, it just blows my mind. Don't even know what the kid's going to do when he shows up and he's got the freedom to make decisions living on his own. Especially with a bunch, you know, with a recruiting class of say 20 guys. I mean, you got 20 other dumbasses getting together, you know, coming up with bad ideas for the weekend. So yeah, I mean that is, I did hear that snippet, and that needs to happen for sure, without a doubt. I mean, I mean, the NFL did the same thing. They started, you know, they started slotting each draft pick with amounts that you knew you were going to get, and you know, it helps you avoid the. I mean, I hate to dog Jamarcus Russell, but it you know, that is all because of Jamarcus Russell.
Right. Yeah. Well, it's just, you know, when you watch Texas Tech and, you know, all of a sudden now they're putting together these recruiting classes and getting all these guys to transfer in and stuff. Nobody wants to go to Lubbock. They don't have no chance. But you know what? For the right money, people will go anywhere. I mean, look, I'll be the play-by-play guy. They pay me enough, you know.
That's right.
I mean, we all have the $1 Million Man. You know who the $1 Million Man is? Ted DiBiase.
No.
He's a very rich man. And he used to say every man has his price. And he'd carry cash around with him. He had a bodyguard named Virgil. And, you know, the $1 Million Man was ahead of his time when it comes to understanding the way that economics works in sports.
Yeah. Yeah. Anybody can be bought.
That's right. Whether it be the referees or other wrestlers. $1 Million Man. He was great. I guess you're not a wrestling guy.
No, I'm not. No, UFC guy. How did you
not get into wrestling?
I liked it in the Stone Cold days. It's like any other pro sport, man. NBA's gone to shit to me. NFL, it's kind of right there. I'm kind of right there with that. I mean, I miss. I like, and I don't see how I could ever not be a fan of college football, but the ramifications of NIL have definitely made me less enthusiastic. I mean,
Right. You're going the wrong direction.
yeah, I love watching, but it's definitely it's become a softer product. It's to me it's John Calipari says that basketball has gotten a lot better because the guys are a lot older. And I would say for Indiana, that's probably right this year. But when you got guys transferring nonstop and there's no continuity at all, it's not as clean to me. And I mean, when you got 3 years to get to know everybody in your locker room, you're living with these guys, you're talking to them all the time, practicing with them for 3 years, working out over the summer with them. It builds relationships. I mean, you get to where you trust these guys like your brothers, and on the field, you can see that. Just all this juggling around of guys, and you got new faces at new positions every year, every 6 months it seems like. And you got guys leaving, and I can't blame them. I mean, a lot of them for some of that money.
Mm-hmm.
Talking to one of my buddies who was at a school that didn't have the D1 school that everybody knows, but kind of in that, I guess I feel like there's a top end tier, that second tier, kind of where we are, the third tier, and then you're just out of the game, out of the ball game. They was probably in that third tier school, and it was like, you recruit a guy, you get him there for 2 years, he has a hell of a year, and then all of a sudden, where he's making 250 grand, he gets offered by Texas, $1 million by Texas, and the guy's out of there. You put all that time in, and
wasted your time. They have to have a penalty, financial penalty for these guys just up and running on you when and also for us, if we go and get somebody else, we need to pay that school for the money that they spent on investing in these guys. Hey, let me tell you guys this. As we sit here right now, 205-919-4494. That is Patriot Roofing and Builders. Will and Justin got your back. You call, they answer. Will and Justin, you call, they answer. Free inspections. You want your roof to look fantastic like that roof there? Will and Justin got you covered. They, at Patriot Roofing and Builders, do unlimited home building licenses. That means they got it all. Roofing, siding, gutters, windows, and full home renovations. We appreciate them being a part of what we're doing here. And not to belabor the point, but you'll find out the hard way if you get the wrong people to do work at your house. You'll find out the wrong, hard way. Isn't that right?
Yeah, the house is nothing to play with.
We both know that. We both know that.
Yeah, maybe if you got an office you kind of just want to cheap out on, but the house is pretty. It's not good when the roof is coming off.
No, and if you have a Springfield estate, long ball estate, you want that thing to be done the right way.
You're an idiot.
Are you at the estates today? Or are you at one of your satellite properties?
You're such a jackass.
Are you at the camp
today? I'm hunting
today. Are you at the Camp Coker?
Yeah, my state where I can't even get my camera to sit up straight.
All right, look, you and I off the air. The best part about the show is this is where we do our catching up now. So you called out my man Cruz Oxenrider.
Oh yeah,
but you didn't call him Crux. You didn't call him Crux, so we can move on. You saw my show with him, and he had a take, and you know what? He's good at takes. Love him. You and I both love him. So not a shout, not a shot.
I wasn't calling him out. I was just. It was more of like a philosophical difference in my opinion, of offensive head coaches and defensive head coaches. And I don't, it just kind of is what it is. So my thought, he said that he thought Mack would be the starter for the first, second, third game, and then Keelon's coming in to replace him. And I think everybody's kind of got their mind made up that Keelon Russell is going to be the starter. And I think all things, the spring game, the NIL amount he's getting paid, all indications lead to Keelon being the starter. But I think if it's up in the air at all, Keelon's probably going to be the guy because of his upside, his talent, and then all the other factors that I just mentioned.
Do you think that if I'm sorry to interrupt you, but do you think that if Keelon Russell is the starter, that it gives Kalen DeBoer and this coaching staff a little more leeway on wins and losses because people would know, hey, it's a freshman, instead of the veteran guy, or do you think that matters? They're still going to be 4 or 5 games. They're going to be pissed.
I don't know if that's the reasoning. I think, indirectly, yes, but I think the real reasoning is that the hype machine behind Keelon's so strong that if they start Mack and he loses a couple games and then Keelon comes in and kind of saves the season, or, if things start turning up after that, then there's going to be a lot of pressure on them. Like, what the hell were you doing starting Mack at the beginning of the year when Keelon comes in and plays the way he's playing?
Mm-hmm.
If that makes any sense. But I always, to me, offensive coaches, from what I've seen or experienced, and you just watch, offensive coaches typically have their idea and pick their guy and stick to it. And defensive coaches, I think, do more of the, hey, we're going to put you in and see how you do, and then put the next guy in and see how he does, and kind of just, treat the quarterback position almost like it's an interchangeable role.
Right.
I think, to me, just playing quarterback, I think that you got to have continuity at that position, and you got to show that you are dedicated to the guy that you name the starter, because it feeds throughout the locker room. Hey, our coaches are behind him, we're behind him. It looks like a more unified group and message. And also in practice, you don't want to be bouncing quarterbacks in between, getting reps, the 1s and 2s, and it just kind of muddies up the rhythm in practice, in games, all of it, in my opinion.
Right.
So I think offensive minds, they like having their quarterback making that decision prior to the season. Jimbo did that. You look around the country, I feel like offensive coaches usually are pretty set on their guy until he absolutely blows it. I could see defensive coaches taking the approach that Cruz is talking about, kind of start Mack and then see how it goes, but really in the back of your mind, you're going to play Keelon too, and ultimately let the decision make itself. And that's a good approach if you're good enough to lose a game in the beginning of the season and know that you're going to beat everybody,
mm-hmm.
As the rest of the season progresses.
Yeah.
So
we'll see. Greg McElroy says, seeing some of his comments, he feels like it's pretty much a neck and neck race still. And I know that Russell outplayed him, outplayed Mack at the 8A scrimmage, but part of that was Mack was injured, right? So, I don't know how much you take with you on that part of it, like who played that better scrimmage. I just think the perception from all the Alabama fans is that they think Russell's got this.
Yeah. Well, if it was close, even if it was close, that would be the public sentiment, in my opinion, just because the media has really fallen in love with Keelon. And they'll tear him down after one bad game. It is what it is. And but he's got all the measurables. But I don't think you can really measure intangibles until you see him start a game and play a few games. But I do think it's closer than what we saw at the spring game. I do think that. I think Mack's come a long way. I mean, I thought, the spring game, his first year in Tuscaloosa, which I guess he was like, what, 16, 17? I mean, a sophomore, really young sophomore. And then, as I've seen him in the later springs and in some mop-up duty time, he's looked like he has really come a long way. And so in no way am I trying to discount Mack at all. I think he's a great player. I think he's, going to do nothing but get better. But he's in a tough spot, and the way this thing's going to go, I don't think you can make a decision, because in the off season, especially after the kind of pressure he's going to be in after this spring game, this off season and the way that he takes on this challenge is really going to mold this whole competition. This is when the competition really starts, in my opinion, right after the spring game's over, because you're going to find out who really wants it. I mean, who's there every day, who's doing what they need to do to get better, and who's going to be that leader in a locker room over the summertime.
Right. Yeah, and we'll find out, and something I have to add to this, and kind of going back to the conversation that we were in before, but that was just brought to light to me. First, let me tell you guys about this. Ocean City, Maryland is the place to go. Residence Inn by Marriott, back to back coastal style hotel of the year. The Next Round did their show there. Jim Dunaway thought, man, this place is a lot bigger than I thought. Lance was telling me how nice it was. Short Uber to Secrets Bar, which is an amazing beach bar down there. The boardwalk, the Ocean City boardwalk. Crab cakes done the right way. You hear all these people say that they got a Maryland-style crab cake. I try. It's too much bread, not enough crab meat. Not the case in Ocean City. You should go just for the crab cakes. Anyway, we appreciate those guys being a part of what we're doing. Okay, so let me go back to this. This is Greg Byrne's comment, right? Most at our level are far beyond the $20.5 million now because the rules have been slow to be enforced. We're a top 5 budget, and the pressure is immense right now because every coach doesn't think they have enough to be competitive. So according to this, we're a top 5 budget, according to Greg Byrne. Does that sound right?
Or a top 5 budget internally. I don't know.
Are we a top 5? It's Bama top 5. I mean, is Bama paying with Ohio State and the Texas schools? And
here's my read on that is that my read on that is it's kind of a sly way to say, other teams are finding ways to fund the football team outside of the cap, and whether that be tampering, which I don't even know what tampering means anymore.
Yeah.
I think you got guys like, and this is actually a compliment, I don't mean this as a negative. I like Pete Golding a lot, but he's been in kind of hot water with the tampering stuff, and probably walking, right on the boundary of breaking rules, maybe breaking some rules.
Yeah.
But I respect that, because I don't think anybody knows the rules, and I don't think anybody really cares right now. And I know the NCAA,
right.
Yeah, and the NCAA, they say they're gonna crack down on it, but how are you going to crack down on anything when you don't even know the rules and you can't even set the standard? So, right. I mean, I think you got some renegade coaches out there, or whatever you want to call it, aggressive coaches, and I respect it. I'd be doing the same thing. I'd be pushing the line as far as I can push it until somebody can tell me, okay, this is tampering. You can't make calls at past 6:30 on a Tuesday. Down to that level of understanding of the rules, I'd be pushing it and finding ways to fund guys, any way possible. It would be just an onslaught of I'm pushing this till the NCAA literally tells me that they're going to ban me from this league until, I mean, and I think Alabama's probably playing it. I'm not going to say safe, but playing within the lines that they understand right now. And when you do that, I think we do have the money. But I think, again, there's other schools that are just, finding ways, whether it be within or outside of the rules, to fund some of these NIL deals.
Well, it's the money, and then it's finding the right people. I mean, Indiana showed you that. Kurt Signetti scouted all those guys and then helped develop them. And I'm curious to see what Indiana looks like. But if I'm Alabama, that's look. Kalen DeBoer leaves. Kalen DeBoer doesn't want to be at Alabama. His staff wants to go to Michigan, wants to go other places. I'm throwing the bank at Kurt Signetti when that time comes. I'm giving Kalen DeBoer every single thing that he needs, and I respect the fact that he's a loyal guy, and we're going to be loyal to him. But from the people that I know, maybe his staff isn't as loyal to Alabama as he is, and if they want to roll out on us, Kurt Signetti is that guy because he has figured out how to win in Indiana, which has been a bottom feeder in football forever, by scouting, developing, and spending money in a way that he gets the players that he wants. So we'll see if that continues there. But boy, he'd be a great fit at Alabama if Kalen DeBoer ends up going somewhere else.
I can't even go there. Even go there.
I'm sorry, but it's just what it's when I used to work for Crimson Tide Sports Network, I never could have a take. It'd be like I was worried all the time, like I'm gonna piss somebody off. I like Kalen DeBoer, and I want him to be successful. But, I'm just saying, like, the way that Signetti's doing it is the way that I think you can win consistently. Because if you can develop, if you know what you're looking for and can go out and get it and then develop it, that's what Nick Saban did.
Yeah. But also
we didn't run the football last year. We have looked inconsistent in the last 3 years. It's time to turn that shit around and start being a team of consistency. That's all I'm saying.
No, I got you. Well, my only argument to that is that Kurt Signetti's kind of been. I mean, he's been all of a sudden just like that, and I mean, you see where our players are going: Texas, Ohio State, A&M.
Michigan.
I mean, do you think that Ohio State's not going to tolerate that from Indiana? And they'll go look at the board. I mean, it's one thing to take them from Alabama because we've been so dominant, in the last couple decades.
Yeah.
But Ohio State, if you got 2 4-stars or two high-profile guys, one in Alabama, one in Indiana, I mean, they're going to want that guy from Indiana a lot more because he's in their own backyard. And once you start poking the bear, they're going to start poaching your guys a lot harder. It's going to mean a lot more to get guys from Indiana than Alabama if Indiana stays on a roll and keeps winning the way they are. Well, I don't think he's dealt with that yet.
Yeah, I agree. All right, well, look, as a team, let's watch this and talk about it.
So, Jake, let's break down some game tape.
Hold on, fellas. Steve.
Hey, Jake, you ready to rock?
Let's roll, brother.
Guess we're calling plays at Pearl River Resort. Wow, Jake's first throw scores. And Steve's got the crowd pumped. Man, they're absolutely rolling.
'Cause I don't have to be me till Monday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I ain't gonna face reality.
I tell you, Jake's still got game. While Steve keeps rocking aces. Boom, Jake seals it with a pick.
Come call your own plays
at Pearl River Resort. Let's roll.
I don't have to be me till Monday.
Man, you're a good actor. Every time I see that, I'm like, I'm ready for the next time we see you in a motion picture.
You're ready to roll?
Yeah. Let's roll. All All right. Final thing on today's show. Obviously, again, we're going to be at the Mullet Toss, brought to you by Pearl River Resort next weekend. Saturday we'll be throwing, so make sure you guys come by and say hi to us. We'd love to see you guys. We'll be set up. Are you going to do the broadcast with me? Why don't you do the broadcast with me? I don't think Byrne's coming this year, so
Byrne's not coming.
That's what he's telling me. We talked yesterday, so I don't think he's going to be there. So you and I could just do. It won't be on here. It'll be on the Floribama YouTube.
All right. Steve going to jump in?
Oh yeah, Steve, Jen, me.
There we go. All right. Yeah, I'll be there. I talked to Ryan yesterday. So
Is he going to be there?
Yep.
Ryan Anderson, bring your autograph books. Ryan will be taking pictures with everybody there. You won't be able to relax because
no.
He's like, it's like hanging out with the mayor of Orange Beach.
Hey, that's the real Hollywood.
Yeah. So I guess as we kind of wind things down, let's tell you, great time to get out and golf. Is your back allowing you to do your tour this year, or are you still taking it easy?
It's getting better. I'm stretching a lot more. I feel so old saying that. Yeah, I'll be out there. I'm playing the Mullet Toss golf tournament.
Is that Thursday?
Wednesday.
Oh, it's Wednesday. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see Willie Nelson. Yeah.
I'm waiting on the follow up to that.
Well, I'm gonna try to get him to sign the picture that we took back in back in the day, him and me.
Oh, you're really going to see him?
Yeah. I don't know if he's so old. I don't even know if I'll be in the same room as him. But yeah, I'm going to see him in Birmingham.
Huh.
I love me some Willie, man.
Yeah. If y'all are in the same room, you have to wade your way through the smoke.
Yeah, been there, done that. I just can't imagine that dude. I guess he just like puts a chair on stage and plays, but he's coming to Orange Beach. I'm gonna go see him twice. I mean, I like him that much.
Yeah. Toby Keith said he'd never smoke weed with Willie again.
No, you'll end up like I did, like this. Not even like this. Because you're like, oh
some
man,
high octane stuff, huh?
Yeah. I don't even. The crazy thing is, I don't even touch it anymore. And it's not that I care. It's just it just slows me down. I'm too busy,
Yeah. Pumps the brakes too much.
Yeah, man, I don't need that, And then, I've been cutting back on drinking too.
Okay.
Crazy.
Sure.
All right. Hey guys, thanks for hanging with us. We'll do it again, get early next week, and we'll see you at the Mullet Toss. Yeah. Brought to you by Pearl River Resort, Philadelphia, Mississippi. The Azaleas, the Oaks, told you guys 2 amazing golf courses at Dancing Rabbit. Amazing slots. If you like to play the slots between Silver Star and Goldman Casino, you're going to get the best floor of slots that you're going to have between here and Vegas. Promise you that. So check that out. You got the Skywalk that gets you from one casino to the other. And they take great care of us, and they'll do the same thing for you too. So full-size bars, a bunch of them. Mom and Them's restaurant, kind of the more casual place, or Philip M. Steakhouse. Oh, yeah, you and I are betting a steak dinner at Philip M's, which normally I pay for anyway. So this is just a chance for me to make you pay if I can win.
Yeah, that's right.
Not even it's not really even a bet for me.
I'm glad you get to pretend like that's going to happen, at least for a week.
I would love it. That steak would taste so good if you were getting that deal. I'd savor every bite. You guys have a great weekend. Get in the comments section and roll tide, everybody. Thanks for hanging.
Roll tide.
I may not suit up on Saturdays anymore, but I'm still in the game.
Let's roll.
In here, I call the plays, make adjustments, and lay it on the line. Want to feel that fire, that rush? Then you've got to get in the game. I used to say it in the tunnel, and I still say it now. Let's roll.